everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay, so now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 5th of January 2022. Starting with very first question, KSLV-2 Nuri rocket is the first domestically produced space launch vehicle of which country? So South Korea's first domestically produced space launch vehicle, KSLV-2 Nuri rocket, failed due to a loose helium tank. And all the 3 stages of the rocket worked, taking it to a height of 700 kilometers, and the 1.5-ton payload separated successfully. But the mission failed as the 3rd stage engine stopped burning 46 seconds earlier than the scheduled time. Okay. Now apart from it, the new generation nuclear capable ballistic missile named as Agni-P, where P stands for prime, was successfully test fired from the Odisha coast, and Agni-P is a 2-stage canisterized solid propellant ballistic missile, and this was the 2nd test of Agni-P missile, while the first test was conducted in the month of June in the year 2021 itself. So this missile has a range of nearly 1000 to 2000 kilometers. Okay. Then also we have seen that Indian Navy recently had its first sea trials of its 2nd indigenous stealth destroyer of P-15B class named as Murmugao, which is built by Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders Limited. So it has been produced to commission the stealth destroyer in mid-2022, and it would add significantly to the Indian Navy's combat capabilities. Okay. Now apart from it, NASA has recently released noises that were captured near Jupiter's moon Ganymede. And Ganymede is also the largest moon in our solar system. So Ganymede has also its magnetic field, which is not present in other moons of the solar system. And also NASA has launched the Juno spacecraft, which captured the Ganymede's electromagnetic waves. Okay. Can you tell me the Psyche mission is related to which organization? Please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 2. Which country launched the Better Health Smoke-Free campaign? So the UK government has launched a new initiative named as Better Health Smoke-Free campaign, which highlights the impact of adult smokers on the younger people. So the campaign has basically urged the smokers to quit smoking, and as per the data released by the campaign, 4.9% of teenagers whose parents smoke have also adopted the habit. Do remember that New Zealand has also set the goals to go smoke-free by the year 2030. Now apart from it, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi has launched IRIS, that is Initiative for the Resilient Island States for developing the infrastructure of small island nations. And also Prime Minister said that the small developing states, or SIDs, face the biggest threat from climate change. So India's space agency ISRO will also build a special data window for them to provide information about cyclone, floods, coral reef monitoring, coastline monitoring, etc. through satellites. And this was announced in COP26. Also, Narendra Modi and Boris Johnson from UK have jointly launched a new flagship international initiative at the COP26 World Leaders Summit named as Green Grid Initiative, One Sun, One World and One Grid. So it is aimed at accelerating the development of interconnected electricity grids across continents, countries and communities. And also it aims to improve energy access of the poor through mini grids and off-grid solutions. Okay. Now do remember that a glacier in Antarctica has been formally named as Glasgow Glacier in honor of the city that hosted the United Nations Climate Summit to mark this COP26 summit. Okay, do remember that COP27 would be hosted by Egypt in the year 2022 and COP28 would be hosted by UAE in the year 2023. This is quite important. Okay, and UK was also in news because it will provide an India Green Guarantee to the World Bank to unlock nearly 750 million pounds for green projects across India. Okay, and this was also announced at the COP26 in Glasgow. Question number 3. Financial Stability Report is the flagship report released by which institution? So this report is a half-yearly report released by the Reserve Bank of India, and the recent edition of the report has been released by RBI recently. So as per this report, the retail-led credit growth model in India is beginning to face issues due to two factors. And what are these factors? First is increase in defaults in the consumer finance portfolio and slowdown in the new credit segment. Okay. Now RBI was also in news because recently it has extended the deadline for periodic KYC update till 31st of March 2022. Now apart from it, State Bank of India is the only authorized institution to sell electoral bonds in the country, and the electoral bond will be valid for 15 days from the date of issuance. So as we know that the elections are due in Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Goa, SBI has been authorized for sale of electoral bonds from 1st of January to 10th of January 2022 across 29 specified branches. Then insurance regulator IRDAI has announced that the state-owned LIC, General Insurance Corporation and New India Assurance have been identified as domestic systematically important insurers for 2021 to 2022. Actually, domestic systematically important insurers are perceived as the insurers that are too big or too important to fail, or you can say TBTF. So due to their size, market importance and domestic and global interconnectedness along with their failure would cause a massive impact in domestic financial system. Okay. So you can be asked that IRDAI has announced how many insurers as domestic systematically important insurers for 2021 to 2022. Answer would be 3. Now in the previous lectures we have seen that Equitas Small Finance Bank has been impaneled as the banking partner of State Government of Maharashtra with an aim to offer its services to employees of the state government. Then also RBI has introduced a PCA framework, that is Prompt Corrective Action Framework, for large non-banking financial companies with effect from October 2022. So this move will bring the NBFCs almost on a par with banks in terms of supervision and in regulatory reach. Okay. Can you tell me, recently RBI has imposed a penalty of 1.8 crore rupees on which bank because it was found guilty of contravening provisions of Banking Regulations Act of 1949 related to the pledges of shares by it. Please write your answers in the comment section. And also you have to tell me the name of the bank that RBI has penalized with 30 lakh rupees for deficiencies in regulatory compliances. Please write your answers. Question number 4. Sabah Al-Khalid Al-Sabah is the Prime Minister of which country? So he is the Prime Minister of Kuwait, and Kuwait has recently formed a new cabinet with a new finance minister and 3 opposition legislators. So this is the Kuwait's 3rd cabinet this year after the previous government resigned in the standoff, and the cabinet has only 1 female minister. So basically it includes 3 opposition MPs and 1 pro-government lawmaker. Fine. Now talking about some of the important recent appointments, Gabriel Boric became the youngest president of Chile recently. Then V.S. Pathania takes over the charge as Director General of Indian Coast Guard. Then Vinay Kumar Tripathi has been appointed as new chairman and CEO of Railway Board. After that, Baldev Prakash has been appointed as MD and CEO of Jammu Kashmir Bank. Then Anupam Ray is to become India's new ambassador to United Nations Conference on disarmament. Then the Director General of Indo-Tibetan Border Police, Mr. Sanjay Arora, is to hold SSB additional charge. Then Vasudevan PN has been reappointed as MD and CEO of Equitas Small Finance Bank. Then we have seen that Vikram Mishri has been appointed as Deputy National Security Advisor. Apart from it, Vijay Raz and Varun Sharma has been appointed as Brand Ambassador of Ease My Trip. And last one is Radhika Jha, who is our new CEO of Energy Efficiency Services. Fine. So these are some of the important appointments. Question number 5. Which country is the new member of the BRICS New Development Bank? So the BRICS New Development Bank announced that it will add Egypt as its new member, and NDB was established by the BRICS nation basically. BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. South Africa is the latest country to join this organization. So do remember that Egypt is the 4th new member admitted into NDB after Bangladesh, UAE and Uruguay. And currently the president of NDB is Marcos Troiju. You have to tell me, where does the headquarters lie? Now apart from it, World Customs Organization has been issuing the Harmonized System of Nomenclature Codes to classify and regulate global trade since the year 1988, and it maintains and periodically updates the codes in line with the changing nature of global trade. So recently what happened is, from 1st of January 2022 onwards, the HSN codes that are used to classify the internationally traded items are set to be updated, and the latest set of codes will be used to capture the trade in several of new fields. So you can be asked that which institution issues the Harmonized System Nomenclature. It is World Customs Organization. Now apart from it, Union Government has set up the e-Dakhil portal, which provides a fast and easy facility to consumers around the country to conveniently approach the relevant consumer forum. And as per the recent rules released by the Consumer Affairs Ministry, District Commissions has jurisdiction for complaints where value of goods or services do not exceed 50 lakh. So state commissions can look on complaints in a range of 50 lakh to 2 crore rupees, and National Commission will have jurisdiction exceeding 2 crore rupees. Okay. So consumers can also file complaint electronically as well. Okay. So do remember that e-Dakhil portal is related to consumer complaints. Question number 6. Novak Djokovic, who was named the best Balkan athlete of the year 2021, is from which country? Extremely easy question. The ace tennis player Novak Djokovic is from Serbia, and he has been named as best Balkan athlete of the year for a record 7th time. And also he is ranked number 1 in the world and won 3 of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments in the year 2021. So this list was followed by Greek basketball player Giannis at 2nd position, and 3rd was Greek long jumper Miltiadis Tentoglou. Okay. Now apart from it, the Sahitya Academy announced a list of 22 winners of the Yuva Puraskar and the Bal Sahitya Puraskar for the year 2021. So the Sahitya Academy Award was separately announced for literary works in 20 languages in various categories like poetry, novel, short stories, plays, biography and autobiography, then book on criticism, etc. Do remember that Namita Gokhale were among the winners in this particular award. Can you tell me, Namita Gokhale has also won which of the award recently? Please write your answers in the comment section. Now apart from it, Indian athlete Anju Bobby George has been named as the Woman of the Year award by World Athletics for encouraging the young Indian girls to take up sports and fight for the gender equality. Do remember that she was 2003 Paris World Champion bronze medalist in long jump. Now apart from it, Pochampalli, which is a small weavers village in the state of Telangana, has recently bagged Best World Tourism Village tag by United Nations World Tourism Organization. Then actress Hema Malini is the recipient of Indian Film Personality of the Year award at the International Film Festival of India 2021. Can you tell me which state was the host for this event? Please write your answers in the comments. Question number 7. Which country launched the Simorgh satellite carrier rocket with research devices? So Iran has launched a satellite carrier rocket named as Simorgh, bearing 3 research devices into space as per the country's media. So the country has launched the devices at an altitude of 470 kilometers. However, US unilaterally withdrew from the nuclear deal in the month of May 2018 and reimposed sanctions against Iran. Okay. Now apart from it, Union Electronics and Information Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has launched the India Semiconductor Mission. So this is an independent business division within the Digital India Corporation, and it aims to build a robust semiconductor and display ecosystem in India. So financial support of up to 50% of the project cost is approved for setting up variants of semiconductor lab in India, and a financial support for 6 years is given from the date of approval. So you can be asked that under India Semiconductor Mission, financial support is provided for how many years? Answer would be 6 years. Now apart from it, Afghanistan has signed a new agreement with Tajikistan's Tajik Electricity Company for the extension of the import of electricity for the next year. And as per the recent reports, Afghanistan needs 850 megawatts of electricity per year, and Afghanistan imports 620 megawatts from Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Iran, while 230 megawatts are supplied from domestic resources. Okay. Question number 8. Which Indian state recorded the highest tiger deaths in 2021? So as per the data available in National Tiger Conservation Authority's website, a total of 126 tiger deaths were recorded in the country in 2021. So it is said that out of 126, 60 were due to poachers, accidents, animal-human conflict outside protected areas. And the maximum tiger deaths took place in Madhya Pradesh, which is total of 44, and it was further followed by Maharashtra with 26 and then Karnataka at 14. Now talking about Madhya Pradesh, Indian Army has recently set up a quantum computing laboratory and a center for artificial intelligence at Military College of Telecommunication Engineering in the state of Madhya Pradesh. And the centers will carry out research in developing transformative technologies to be used by the armed forces. So it has been established by the Indian Army with support from National Security Council Secretariat. Now apart from it, Government of Madhya Pradesh has announced to provide residential lands free of cost to the people of the state who do not own any land. So the land can be used for building their own houses by the people, and these free plots would be provided under the scheme named as Mukhyamantri Avasiya Bhu Adhikar Yojana. Then Madhya Pradesh has also decided to implement Mukhyamantri Ration Aapke Dwar scheme, and it will be implemented to benefit the poor tribal families. Question number 9. Which city has the longest metro rail network in the world? So China's Shanghai has maintained its position as having the longest metro rail network in the world by adding 2 new lines that went into operation recently. So the new lines took the total length of the city's metro network to 831 kilometers, also bringing the total number of fully automatic driverless metro lines in the city to 5. Also, the Shanghai city now includes 508 stations, and Shanghai's metro network is followed by Beijing, and Delhi was ranked at 3rd place. Okay. Now apart from it, 30 white rhinos are transferred from South Africa to Rwanda in a Boeing 747 chartered plane. So this is the largest single transfer of white rhinos ever undertaken. And the rhino species is threatened by illegal poaching, as we know. And the southern white rhino, which is one of the 2 subspecies of white rhino, is considered almost endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. So do remember that the largest single transfer of white rhinos, which was recently undertaken, transferred 30 rhinos from South Africa to Rwanda. Now coming to last question, which Asian economy is set to ratify its membership of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership RCEP in 2022? So Indonesia, which is the Southeast Asia's largest economy, will likely to ratify its membership of the RCEP, And China-backed RCEP, which is the world's biggest trade association, entered into force on 1st of January 2022. And 7 nations in Southeast Asia, as well as Australia, China, Japan, New Zealand, and South Korea ratified the pact earlier this year. Now, apart from it, China complained to the United Nations that its space stations was forced to avoid collisions with satellites launched by his Starlink Internet Services project. So, as per the China's claim to the Vienna-based United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, the country's space station had 2 close encounters with the Starlink satellites this year, and Starlink is a satellite internet network operated by SpaceX, which is of Elon Musk. Now, apart from it, New Delhi has recently hosted the Regional Security Dialogue on Afghanistan that was attended by total 7 countries, which are these: Iran, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan Republic, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. So it was chaired by our National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.